But excitement isn't far away. The case of fake identity takes another twist as Karl learns unexpected news about the Twitterer who's been posing as Alan Bennett.
I think I was thinking Alan Bennett drinks a lot of tea and there's a lot of caffeine in it, isn't there? So I was thinking that maybe Alan's up all night, teed out. I just thought there's a reason why he's putting all these messages at 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning. But the reason was, it's not Alan in London, it's Michael in Sydney. I don't know what he's playing at.
All right, so your question... It's all about Stephen Fry. Looking for Stephen Fry, you've said, and then on August the 24th, you said, "Happy birthday," is my first ever tweet to Stephen Fry. I think you may share the same birthday as Steve Guttenberg, brackets, Police Academy. Why did you put "I think"? Surely you checked that and it was true.
Yeah, I did, but I also wanted to just sort of use that as a, I think.
Okay, like sound casual. Sound casual.
It's over a week now since Karl set out to test Twitter by seeing if he could become real friends with Stephen Fry. But he hasn't received as much as a hello.
I keep being nice to him, but eventually I will get annoyed.
However, Karl has managed to track down the Australian Alan Bennett impersonator.
I signed on as myself, and then I thought, well, I haven't got anything to say, and I just thought it would be really funny if somebody like Alan Bennett was doing Twitter, because he's got so much to say, and I thought most of the people on Twitter don't have anything to say at all.
Do they think you are Alan?
I think quite a few have been sceptical and saying, well, if you are the real Alan, well, hello, it's nice to hear from you. But there's already been a few people saying, I can't believe Alan Bennett is on Twitter doing tweets every day. Yeah. So, yeah, I think they're kind of sceptical too.
So what do you sort of, get out of it?
Being from Yorkshire originally, I like it almost as a way of keeping in touch with my roots. And I did something about talking about mashing the tea, because I occasionally hear these phrases which you don't hear anymore in common speech, and I just heard somebody say, "Oh, the tea's mashed," and I thought that's something people don't say these days.
He was a bit upset about it. Can you understand why he'd feel that way, or?
I could understand that, yeah. I'm sorry if he is upset. I think it's such a low-key thing that just a few hundred people have been following me. Yeah, I don't want to upset Alan because I'm a big fan of his. Maybe I'll stop.
That evening, Michael closed down his fake Twitter account. And it got Karl thinking.
It was just a bit of escapism for him, wasn't it? He's probably fed up of being Michael in the same way that I have days when I get sick of being Karl, and I think, what would it, be like to be someone else? Because that's how I used to use CB. When I was younger and I had a CB radio.
Yeah, 19, anyone out there out of trash, you got a copy?
There was a woman who was on there known as Sexy Lady, and for ages I spoke to her thinking, oh yeah, I'm on it, Turns out it was Linda Evans from, 3 doors down.
Yeah, she old Red Devil, eh?
Believe me, she was far from, a sexy lady. I mean, there was a few giveaways. Now and again you could hear her eating when she was talking to me, but, for quite a while I was quite happy with myself, thinking, oh, I'm keeping a sexy lady interested.
Try and catch you later, I'm gone, bye.
It's now a fortnight since Karl laid down his challenge to Twitter to prove its worth by helping him become friends with Stephen Fry.
So nothing's changed, really.
Appearing to be no closer to making contact with Stephen, Karl considers a new plan of attack.
I've been thinking that, the only reason I spoke to Michael is because I thought it was Alan Bennett. And, when I spoke to Sexy Lady on the CB radio when I was a kid, I was only talking to her because I thought she was a sexy lady. She wasn't sexy, he wasn't Alan Bennett, but the thing is it worked. So I'm thinking, why don't I, pretend to be someone else that Stephen would be interested in? I'm thinking of being someone else.
Who are you going to be?
Well, who would Stephen? Who's Stephen a fan of? Who he wouldn't actually know, so he couldn't text them and say,
"Is this you?" Yeah. You want to be careful, because if you said, "Hi, I'm Tom Hanks," what he'd do is he'd check your page and he'd find out you had 1 follower or 2 followers. He'd think that can't be Tom Hanks.
But if I just go, "Hey Stephen, I'm new round here," would he sort of say that thing? I've just joined.
Yeah.
You've convinced me to do it.
I'll be honest, Carl, I think he'll see through it. But that's why I think you might go for a writer, you see, because writers, someone like Martin Amis, he'll be respected by Stephen Fry, but he might not have that many people following him on Twitter because he's not like a film star.
All right.
But then Stephen might respond to him.
Have a look. Just check if he's there. No, he already exists.
There is already a Martin Amis on Twitter, and Karl is getting frustrated.
All a bit of a waste of time, really, wasn't it?
But just as Karl begins to contemplate giving up on Stephen Fry and Twitter, along comes a flash of inspiration.
Got it. Got a great idea. Someone who I know that he likes. I've heard him talk about him on the telly. I know he hasn't got a Twitter account. Alan Bennett, innit? Alan Bennett. I could just say something like, you know, alright Stephen, it's Alan here. Are you into mashing tea? Something like that. That'll probably get his attention.
All that's left for Karl now is a nervous wait and a chance to reflect.
Maybe it's my fault, really, when I think about it, that I don't have that many mates, because it's like I can't sort of put up with people. Even when I was younger, you know, I didn't have mates round and that, just because my dad worked nights, and, you know, so it was like you can't bring people round because you wake your dad up. So I ended up just staying in and watching, you know, telly with subtitles on it, or playing Operation with the batteries taken out, which, you know, I mean, I was quite good at it, but not the same, is it?
Finally, a month after setting Twitter the challenge of helping him become friends with Stephen Fry, Karl gave up.
I mean, I kind of thought maybe he was too busy or something, but I look at his page now, and he's out eating again. It's a bit annoying. I'm going to call him Stephen Fry up from now on.
Karl never did receive a personal reply, either as himself or as Alan Bennett. So Karl closed down both accounts.
I still think my theory about Snow White only having 7 mates and all that, I still think I'll stick to that rule. It's just a shame I couldn't have got Stephen as a mate, because it would have meant, you know, I could have got rid of one of my more annoying friends.
You didn't let me come round to your house, so one day I had to follow you. And then you saw me and you started to walk quicker, so I walked quicker. You started to run, so I ran. So soon now, you're being chased through the streets of Soho at quite high speed by the fat bloke from the office.
In the same way that Snow White had all the different little
Dwarfs.
and all that.
Yeah.
I
But
kind
they
of
are
think
friends, though.
she knocked about with them a lot.
Yeah, I suppose they were her friends. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's questionable. Yeah, having that many dwarf friends, you know.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know,
bit-
what's going on there? Positive discrimination, fair enough. But I think she should have widened it a bit.
People were looking, we were both sweating. It was weird, but I need to know where you lived, because that's what friends are for. I need to know where my friends are.
But I don't remember Dionne Warwick singing that when I was younger.
I think maybe Twitter isn't for you, and also, I think maybe society isn't.
But well, you'll be sad when your friends die, won't you? You'll miss them, won't you? Because you used to have a laugh with them.
Yeah, but then you get another one, and that was like a chapter. It's like, you know,
Brilliant.
we've been through loads of cats. It's the same thing.
Well, it's not really, is it?
It is the same,
A
because
lifelong friend, there's nothing quite like it, is there?
a lifelong. Well, I haven't got
No,
one
but
of
what I
them.
mean is, if we continue being friends
Yeah, and then
for
one
the
of
next 40 years,
yeah.
and I die, you'll go, oh, I'm a little friend now. He used to come round and squeeze me head with his arthritis. Oh, God. He used to squeeze so hard his colostomy bag would just splatter all over our bourbons.
And what was your question again?
Would you miss me?